This one's coming from Am I the Asshole? It was posted 2 months ago. Am I the asshole for not giving the quote dollhouse I built to my niece, but to my wife as a gift? It's not a dollhouse, but I didn't want anyone to think I was being misleading on purpose by saying I built a house. I, 28 male, made my wife, 28 female, a replica of a house that's known to its fans of a musician, but wouldn't mean much to others. It's about 2 feet tall and wasn't very complicated to build. But my wife has said a few times over the last year that she thought it would be cool to have for little trinkets. She's like a crow with her trinkets. I love it. She didn't know I was making it for her, but I did sneakily involve her in its creation through having her make a couple TikToks when we were out together so I could get the colors right. She had no idea, lol. I was excited, so I showed a picture to my brother. He told me it was cool, but didn't get the purpose. I showed it to my niece, Ava, 13 female, who knew what it was and said she wanted one too. My brother asked if I would give it to Ava for her birthday. I said no, it's for my wife, but I could help make one for Ava. It would help teach her some basic woodworking skills, which they don't do in schools here anymore. I'd like that. Brother said if it was so easy, then I could make a second one for my wife and just give this one to Ava since her birthday is at the end of the month. Again, I said no. This was done specifically for my wife. He seemed to accept that, but then came back to me and said, "Isn't it a little weird to make a dollhouse for an adult woman?" I told him it's not a dollhouse, just a fancy shelf. He argued that makes it worse because Ava would actually, quote, play with it. He must have gone to complain to my mom about it, since he is the younger brother, because my mom called me to tell me that it was stupid to give my wife a dollhouse. I tried to explain that it's not a dollhouse, but she just kept saying that's stupid. This weekend, I was at their house and Ava kept bringing up the house and laying it on thick with statements like, quote, "I've always wanted one just like it." She kept asking why my wife wanted a dollhouse. I said it's not a dollhouse, but she kept asking why she needed a dollhouse. I told my brother that he was encouraging his kid to be manipulative, and I really didn't like it, so I was going to leave. He told me that I was dangling the house over her head like McDonald's and teasing her, and that made me a bad uncle. Being a good uncle is important to me, and I do feel for this girl because she's a big fan too. I admit I have a blind spot for this because I don't have kids, and maybe I shouldn't have shared the picture with my brother to begin with. Am I really the asshole for not just giving it to her? Yes, it really was easy to make, and I could make another quickly.
That's not the point. That's not the point. This little entitled brat and her very entitled father are being entitled. Point blank period. The fact that the brother and the mom are like, that's stupid. Why does an adult need a dollhouse? I don't remember asking for your opinion, actually. I don't remember asking you, hey, do you think that this is dumb that I'm gonna make this for my wife?
Right?
Why do they keep saying it's stupid, it's stupid?
He was just excited, so he shared a picture with his family of what he created. He built this. He was just excited for it. If I did a similar thing, I would send it to Madison or Kat and be like, yo, check out what I did.
Yeah, exactly. And now OP will never be oversharing again.
Right?
Because he's going to be afraid that his niece is going to be like, I want it, I want it. He's saying it's like McDonald's dangling McDonald's in front of your face. Dude, are you not teaching your 13-year-old daughter to understand that not everything you want you can get?
Yeah, I feel like at what age do you explain that to your kids, that just because you want something doesn't mean you'll get it, just because you
Way
see
before 13.
something, but I feel like there's no age limit for when you start doing that. As soon as your kid is like, I want that, and there's a situation where he's not going to get it or she's not going to get it, that's when you explain it to them. Whether that's 4, 5, 8, 9, 11.
Exactly.
So many years before you get to 13 that the kid should already understand that.
I think the way they went about it and being so entitled to this dollhouse, maybe OP would have been like, yeah, no, for sure. Like, if they would have said, oh, that's great. Like, maybe you can make one for Ava, like, for her birthday. And then not this one particularly. Maybe OP would have been inclined to make it for her. But now it's like, you kind of, there's like bad blood now because you're being so entitled. You're giving your unsolicited opinion about it being stupid, and it's just not helping their case.
Yeah, but I'm a little confused. Are you confused?
I'm confused.
Because it's not a dollhouse. You keep saying dollhouse. He has explicitly said it's not a dollhouse.
I guess I'm picturing like a replica.
You're not quite sure what you're picturing, are you?
Yeah.
Would you like help with that?
Yeah? Is there a picture?
Top comment. I'm guessing the dollhouse is a replica of the lover house.
Shut up!
If it's anything like I'm imagining or what I've seen online, it's more like a fancy storage display for her Taylor Swift memorabilia rather than a toy anyway. Not the asshole in either case. OP, it's your creation that you get to gift to whoever you want.
Oh my god. Okay. I was kind of picturing the lover house in my head. When he was saying like a replica, I was picturing like... I don't know. I was picturing the lover house in my head, but... That's just because that is the only kind of like house structure that I've seen in the last few years.
OP replies and says, yeah, it's the lover house.
Oh my god.
LOL, I didn't know if I said that directly, it was going to affect what people said because of how weird people are about her.
That's sad. That makes me so sad.
I wanted to build you one of these.
What?
This was on my list.
Don't tell me that.
It was because I just don't have the capabilities now, but once we were done the house project and I had the garage and the tools and the woodworking and stuff, I was going to create you one of these. So, but now I can't.
Now you're dangling in front of my face and you're like, well, you could have had this.
I was going to make you one day. We'll figure it out. I just don't have the tools now because I used to love woodworking. I took woodworking in school and I always like made stuff. Like I made, my nightstand and other stuff. So I was like, I could do this.
That's very sweet of you to even have that thought.
Thank you. So there's an edit here. It says, sorry guys, Ava isn't my brother's biological daughter. There's a long story involved that I didn't want to add, but I should have realized the age would be surprising. I still see her as my niece regardless, but I don't get why that would be alarming. Nothing bad happened or anything.
Did we even get the brother's age? We just got OP's age.
Yeah, we just got OP's age. We didn't get brother's age. But I guess if OP's 28, Ava's 13, if the brothers are close, he would have been 15 when she was born.
Is the brother younger? Did they say that?
Didn't say.
Because this wouldn't have been alarming to me without knowing that fact.
Right? I guess, but yeah.
Oh, it did say he was younger. Yes. About complaining to his mom. He is the younger brother.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
I didn't even clue into that.
So he must be dating an older woman.
No, it just means... Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you confused?
A little bit.
I'm confused why you're confused. This dude is just confused. Why his whole family is confused on why he's not just going to give it to them. And he even said... I'd be happy to make one with her. Help teach her some basic woodworking skills. Yeah. That would be, if you want one, that's a great project.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like that would make him an even better uncle. Because then you're like spending quality time with your niece. And it's just like, I don't know, it's a better experience overall rather than just be handed this quote unquote dollhouse.
When I was in grade 10, I guess I would have been 14. I had to do a penny hockey board for my woodworking class. And a penny hockey board is you get like, it's basically like a board like this big, and you have to create like a goalpost at the end, and like a couple like obstacles, and they're usually just like little wooden pegs. And then you had a penny that you would like flick from side to side, and it was like a little mini hockey field or a hockey rink. And my uncle helped me, and he like helped me paint it after, like, to paint the colors, and he helped me with like automotive paint in the shop. And like, he didn't just do it for me. He wasn't just like, all right, let me paint it for you. No, he like took me down and he showed me like, here's how you use the spray gun, and we're gonna do a priming coat, and then you'll do your black, and then you'll do your gloss at the end. And I had the best looking penny hockey board in the class. I painted it all black, had a Monster Energy logo in the middle that was green, and it was sick. I took the rim and I took the stuff off of it, and I just put it on the wall as like a plaque. It was epic. But my main point is my uncle helped me. Didn't do it for me. Helped me to do it.
Yeah. And I feel like, I don't know, when you're older, you're gonna think back on that time when you, oh, well, now.
Yeah.
And for OP, like, when Ava grows older, like, she would probably think back on that time, like, and look at it as, like, a bonding experience and, like, a memory shared together rather than just, like, oh, my uncle made me this thing.
Instead, you get spoiled niece who just wants to take.
Yeah.
Yeah. No freaking way. If I built a lover house for you, then I'm going to give it to anybody and then build you another one.
Well, good thing we don't really know any other Swifties.
Right? All right. On to you.
Okie dokie.